They shall lament for the teats. Let's start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashem Bahawashai, Bahashem Rachakudash. Welcome to another live lesson. The name of this one, as you just heard, they shall lament for the teats. Now, this is based off of a video I was watching earlier, or actually listening to earlier, that Elder D-Mash was playing. And pretty much they were saying that women that have men on child support will no longer be able to claim their children on the tax return. So only the father would be able to do it. So I was looking for the information, because I was going to do a video on it, but came across, fact checks, and there was a whole bunch that said that was false. And even a video on YouTube that this Jake was doing, it also said, in the caption that it was false, that he never said that, Trump never said that. So if you see here, Trump, women who have fathers on child support cannot claim children, you know the rest. And all of these are fact checks are saying that it's not true. He didn't say that. But nevertheless, these women are still going to catch hell. And that is a fact, because this was when I heard the information, this is the first scripture that came to mind, Isaiah 32:12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Basically, you're not going to be able to live it up like you have been living it up. And as time progresses, Trump is doing a lot of cuts, to save money, to build up the treasury of the U.S. And pretty much, there's going to be a lot of cuts coming, to Big Shirley, Keisha, to Esau, in general, and to these women in general. They're going to catch a bad one, So all of that, easy life that you've been having, laying around the house all day, not doing shit, collecting checks from different men, from all these different babies you popped out, all of that's going to backfire on your ass, And that's why when we read the 9th verse, it says, rise up, you women that are at ease, because you women are too comfortable. And that's the problem. That's why you see women acting the way they act, behaving the way they behave, abusing themselves as they abuse themselves because, they have over much liberty. Let me just get that real quick. It might be over much together. Sirach 26:10, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, meaning in a position of difficulty. Women, when they grow up, these women, when they grow up, they're supposed to be having chores, learning how to sew, learning how to cook, learning how to clean the house, learning how to be a woman. And if you're busy doing that, like the scripture says also, I believe it's in Sirach 26, a mind well instructed, you don't have time for all the other extracurricular BS, which is what's wrong, in this society, because you have too much liberty. These women have too much liberty out here. And that's why they grown to be the beasts that they are. You can't even, they'll look at you like they want to fight you, You can't even say hello to anyone anymore because they just have that nasty stank attitude, Not that I want to say hello to you. I'm just saying. It says, least she abused herself through overmuch liberty. See? So these women have abused themselves because they had what? Too much liberty. And that too much liberty has led to what, we see today in this society. A bunch of uncouth, a bunch of unscrupulous individuals that claim to be women. You're not a woman just because you got a vagina in your between your legs and a breast. It's a whole lot more to the game than that. Ecclesiastes 25:25, it says, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. See, so if they have liberty to get abroad or too much liberty to get abroad, what's going to happen is they're going to abuse themselves, as it says here in the next chapter, Ecclesiasticus 26 and 10. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. All right. It says, if thy daughter be shameless, keep her in straitly, lest she abuse herself through over much liberty. That's the problem. And through the over much liberty and this feminist movement and the women's lib movement and social media, and these thirsty simps out here, these women have been put up on a pedestal, and when you put a woman up on a pedestal, that shit gets to their head. Really it's supposed to be the other way around. The man is supposed to be put up on a pedestal. Why do you think those cheerleaders in the ancient world, said Saul has killed his thousands and David his 10,000s? Because it's supposed to be the other way around, but shit is turned upside down because of the curses too. Matter of fact, let's go. What is that? Jeremiah 31, 22. It says, how long wilt thou go about, O thou backsliding daughter? Dealing with the nation, the men are out of order, so the women are out of order. It says, for Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua hath created a new thing in the earth. A woman shall compass a man. Let's see what it says in the NLT. How long will you wonder, my wayward daughter? For the Lord will cause something new to happen. Israel will embrace her God. Now, how long will you wonder, unfaithful daughter of Israel? The Lord has created a new thing on the earth. The woman will return to the man. Nah, that's not. That's off. That's off. That's off. Let's see what it says here. So a woman is pretty much got higher above the man, when the scriptures say that a woman is not supposed to usurp authority over the man. Sabab, to turn about or around or aside or back or toward, to march or walk around. To be turned, to be surrounded. And eventually in the long run, these women are going to, turn back from this exalted, mind state that they have. Matter of fact, let me see something. I believe that's Isaiah 3 and 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. See? And that's the problem. It's supposed to be the other way around. The scriptures say that the man is the head of the woman, not the other way around. And that's why things are out of order in the household, because the man is not there. And if you do have a man that's there, he's not, handling business because he don't know how to handle business in certain instances. 1 Corinthians 11:3, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushai, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Yahushai is the Most High. So the head of the woman is the man. He's supposed to rule over the woman. He's supposed to have her in subjection. And when a woman is in subjection, she's under the roof of her father. Her father, watches over her, keeps her in straightly. The mother and, other women, older women, would teach the woman how to guide the household, how to, raise children, how to cook, how to sew, how to do things, womanly things, how to go to market, to buy whatever they got to buy, for the household, and how to budget their money, blah, 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 so on and so forth. But that's an element that's missing, in Jake neighborhoods, especially among the so-called, black women, and some of the other tribes too. But mostly it affects, Judah. All right. So going back to Isaiah 3, it says, as for my people, children are their oppressors like Esau, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee, which are these, these leaders, so-called leaders, cause thee to err or commit error, and destroy the way of thy paths. Right. And it's just, it's just terrible, because This is like an ongoing cycle. And that's why the Lord is going to have to step in, because the cycle cannot be broken until the Lord breaks it. That's why it's just pretty much generational curses. And it's just the same thing. And it doesn't get better with time. It gets worse. You see the standard of living among Jake is very low. They have a very low mindset. When it comes to how to be a man or how to be a woman. There's very few Jake men out there that know how to govern the household the proper way. And even the ones that govern the household the proper way, they're missing the element of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So it's a lose-lose situation. But for the most part, you have women that have said, when you have a single home household, a certain single parent home, if it's a father, most times the child comes out, decent. They come out good. Things are running properly. But when it's a single parent mother, that's raising up her children, those are the ones that end up in jail, selling drugs, on drugs, alcoholics, dead, whatever the case may be, which shows you that it's very important to have a father figure in the home for guidance, for discipline, because women is not going to discipline you. Women cannot do the job of a man. You see? So let's go back to Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, you women that are at ease. So you're comfortable. So the Lord is going to do something to where you're going to be on edge. You careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled, you careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So all of these goodies that you've been accustomed to are going to be slowly but surely stripped away from you, if not yanked at once, especially during the time of Jacob's trouble. It says, tremble, ye women that are at ease, right? Because when you're at ease, you're very comfortable. You don't have a care in the world. Everything is set up to cater to you. But the time is coming when the shit's going to hit the fan, the proverbial shit hitting the fan scenario, and you're going to be scared. You're going to be scared to the point where you're not going to know what to do. And you got women now that's lamenting on these different social medias, wish that they wouldn't have been such hoes in their younger years. Now that they're all old and busted up, they want to settle down with a good man, but don't nobody want your ass no more. You're old, bloated. I forget who called it. Apostle Gabar said he got it from somebody called Vivica Fox. She looked like a boiled hot dog. Now you want to, when you look good in your prime, you didn't want to settle down. You wanted to play the field. You wanted to be that hoe. But now that you've broken down and nobody wants you, now you want to settle down. And this is what men been saying for the longest, certain men anyway. And women don't listen. Because when they're young, they still look good. They still have their body. They still getting hollered at. They want to be that hoe, because that's the standard that's pushed out there. Because there's no discipline and there's no hedge. There's no boundaries in this society. And that's why Jake turns out to be as fucked up as they are. And it goes back to the curses. Be troubled, ye careless ones, right? Because you've been careless. Strip you and make you bare. Because everything that you have, that daddy government and giving you, they're going to strip that away from you eventually. And gird sackcloth upon your loins. When you put on sackcloth, you're in mourning. And that's what's coming. Mourning is coming. All of that pleasant living, that careless lifestyle, that good lifestyle, girls' night out, and all that other BS, all that's going to come to an end. The Lord is going to eventually put an end to this whole system, And as you see the beast system going into place, that's going to, get even more and more restricted, to where if you don't have, the device of the MOTB, which is a micro C-hip, you're not going to be able to function in society. And you know what? A lot of people are going to take it because their lives are going to be easy. They're going to be convenient. So like I just finished watching a video of this Edomite giving a testimony of what appeared to be Edomite of a dream that he had. And when he allowed access to his data, so to speak, he had no more control of himself. And that's exactly what they want. They want total control. And that's why they want to put people in the position to where they have to choose. If they want to be on the grid and they want to live a good life or whatever the case may be, they have to accept this device. And that device, what it does, it gives them total control over you because you become a perpetual slave. And they know this. These international banking families know this. It says they shall lament for the teats, right? You're going to be crying, for the way things were. You're going to be, feeling bad and sorry and wishing for better days, the good old days, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. So you're going to, all the goodies that you have, you're going to lose. You're going to lose all of that. This plush, for lack of better words, life that you've been accustomed to, just being able to lay up and get with it, whatever dude you want to get with, get money from all these clowns. All of that shit's going to come to an end. And you're going to be troubled. You're going to be in fear. So although this, what people said about Trump, that he signed an executive order that if a woman has her man on or the child's father on child support, they will no longer be able to claim them on their taxes, is false. But nevertheless, something's going to come down the pike to where the Lord is going to put the crunch on you. You're going to feel that crunch. You're not going to escape. Here it is, the prophets of the Lord, the people of the Lord, the ones that are his servants are catching hell, and you think you're going to escape? You're going to escape from the perils that are coming? No, you're just being saved for the main course of affliction. Let me leave you with this scripture. Matter of fact, I got it here. 1 Corinthians 11 and 32. But when we are judged, we are chastened of the Lord, that we should not be condemned with the world, because the world is condemned. That's why they're not really suffering like we are. They don't go through some of the things that we go through. They're not chastised, like we are. But that's all right, because the end of that chastening is peace. Mark the righteous man, for the end of that man is peace. So with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. Till the next time I say, Shalom.